there. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night. We're going to dive on in and get you some clarity on messages that would be helpful to know. Overall energy situation you are wondering about, confused about. This reading is timeless. Whenever it finds you, my intention is that something comes through that resonates with you, but that doesn't always mean it's every message. If it doesn't feel like it's your message, it might be for someone else. It could also make sense later. Always trust and use and follow that divine inner guidance because it's in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. We're going to start by using two different tarot decks. They're both kind of Rider-Waite based, but I'm going to clarify with the after tarot. It kind of gives you a little peek at that same scenario slightly after. And I haven't used it in a while, and I found it on my shelf and it was twinkling. So let's look at the current energy and then go a little deeper with that after tarot. So let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is the overall foundational situation, or where to focus right now? What's going on, or what's going on that you don't see? You're 3, so let's do 3. The 10 of Pentacles, legacy, wealth, security, abundance, family, generations, connections, stability. It's usually an ending. You have a Temperance card. Ooh. So there's stability and balance coming back in what you are pursuing or what you are working on, and it's bringing a lot of abundance into your life. It's finding that center point with different people in your life, whether that's family or chosen family or people you work with. I feel like you're blending something together. Maybe it's a blended family, because this is where you have many different personalities around you. Different people have their different situations and their different emotions and how they're feeling from day to day. And you kind of always find that middle ground. It's where maybe some of you are leaving some past habits behind, but I feel like you're picking up a hobby. Maybe some of you have retired recently, or somebody around you has retired. I feel like it's really important to have a hobby or something that you love to do, that you're excited to do, even if you're not going to work anymore. I also feel like maybe somebody that's retired is going to start making some money on something that they're just having fun with. Kind of like starts as a side hustle, and maybe they're not really done with work, but this work doesn't feel like work. I also feel like there's maybe somebody like that has some valuable insight, maybe for you. Temperance is not too hot, not too cold, just right. But it's the blend of something together. It's blending different ideas, opinions, to find that perfect, that perfect recipe for something. I do feel like you're finding the perfect recipe for something to work out beautifully. And that has to do with such stability in your future. I kind of feel like some of you had to put your plans in the blender, like something that you had as a structure. This is the way it's going to go. I feel like you had to restructure something. Almost like throw some of your plans out the window and make a little space for something new to come through, because this new blend, this new idea, this new plan that you have for the future, but being on the page you're in, is going to bring more prosperity than you ever dreamed. There's something about your legacy, something you're really proud of working on and leaving behind. you are shining this light in between the mountains. So I feel like you found the valley, you found the sweet spot with something. I hope that made sense. You're able to fly, but you got 1 foot on land and 1 foot in the water. Also, the sunflowers are pointing at you, not really the sunshine. So there's opportunity coming your way. This could also be an inheritance or wise investments, but it's investing your energy, whatever that is, in your everyday environment. People, places, things. It's pentacles. But it's where you invest your time and your energy that brings that energy of wealth. But it's not just money. It's wealth in health. It's wealth in great partnerships. It's wealth in security, prosperity. It's wealth in education and your mind expanding. It's wealth in, I keep touching my heart. It's wealth in love. The right partnerships and people in your life. So with Temperance, you may have had to sever some weird connections to make room for some new ones. It's also becoming the professional at something. If you look at that Temperance energy in just the mundane world, it's where something that may have started off really hard and rocky ended up to be effortless flow in your life. It could also be where something you do just flows effortlessly. And for anyone else, they look at you like, you know, you're doing something absolutely amazing because for them it is hard. There's something here with respecting other people's path or other people's desires on maybe their definition of wealth or what they want to do like with their life. That feels really big. But if there's like a big family and there's a lot of pressure on, let's just say, a kid going to college to do something because you got to run the family business, or we need a doctor in the family, or something like that, and that kid wants to, I just saw a barber, just cut hair, or do something really creative, or maybe take a little break and just travel, find out who they are from discovering different places in the world, then I feel like there's something about a respectful energy around you, or choosing to be around energies that are respectful of whatever your true desires are. That there's a support even if somebody doesn't quite understand it. What is one more? So you have Major Arcana 14, Temperance. I guess if it's upside down, it's just the wrong blend of energies together. It just don't work. They don't mash, you know. They're singing like the same song in different keys. You know, when I'm getting that energy, you know, when you hear a bunch of people sing happy birthday, but not everybody is, you know, knows some of them are tone deaf. That's kind of what I'm getting. Or it's like, okay, they're all kind of singing happy birthday, but it's almost like because no one's on like the right note. And then I'm getting the difference between maybe somebody has a birthday as well. When you have a group of people that sing, let's say like a choir singing happy birthday, or a bunch of friends and they're all on Broadway together and they sing happy birthday. All of a sudden you got harmonies, you got beatbox going on. Oh, by the way, I think I'm going to put that in because that just came through. My friend sent me like a beatbox, I don't know, competition or something. I think it was in Korea. And oh yeah, it's giving me goosies. This is like a human machine. This is the one that won. They were both really good. I think it was somebody from Korea and somebody from Russia. Maybe I'll just find the winner. I just can't even describe how a human being makes all of those sounds all at once. Mind-blowing. So talented. Maybe you're into beatbox or something like that. Or it's like frequency or sound. But it's like that difference. It's like all of a sudden, just let's give it like an energetic example, being around the right environment. It's just like harmony together. And I feel like it's not being cookie cutter. It's not being like everyone else that's important here. It's the differences that collide together and make something way more interesting. I feel like some of you might have a new friend, or I want to say a family member. Maybe this is you bringing somebody over to the family dinner, and this is somebody really different than your family, whether that be a different age, a different culture, a different background, they're from a different part of the world, different beliefs, or something kind of special but unique about them. I feel like this person is going to melt the hearts of people that maybe somebody was worried they wouldn't be accepted. I hear give them a chance. I feel like if this is somebody you're connected to, you know that this person is special. Even if maybe they're not the typical person you're friends with, or you're the type that you normally date. I do see a blended family. I see maybe somebody coming in your family or your soul family, your tribe, and they're pretty cool. I feel like you groove energetically, but you got a lot of differences somehow, like yin yang, and I feel like that's really a special little treat. It's like I hear the cherry on top, like a little spicy energy coming in. I like that. Ooh, you guys got a little spice entering your life. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're the one spicing up somebody's family or their life or their friend group, the work environment, spicing up a project. If any of you were working on something, maybe you need to make it a little spicier. Maybe that's part of your legacy, why something is uniquely yours. Cool. I mean, this girl does have, she looks like she has purple skin. She looks like she's purple. Because it looks like these people here all have different skin tones, but they all look kind of human. But this one is, there's something really unique, almost alien, like out of this world with this person. Also, that is the half divine masculine, half divine feminine, all angel. There's always protection from the angel with that temperance energy. What is one more? Maybe that's somebody coming into your life. Somebody has a love offer. You got the Knight of Cups. This is somebody opening up their heart, or opening up their heart to somebody new, somebody riding on in, like, it's not even Prince Charming. This girl has like some really cool, like, motorcycle boots, a beanie hat, and a leather jacket, and a pink scarf. Hoop earrings on this white stallion that's just kind of moseying on in. This is somebody wanting to come in with a full cup, wanting to have an experience that involves love, romance. This is somebody romantic, kind of creative. Sometimes they're a musician or a painter. They definitely respect art and like beautiful things. This could be you or someone else going into any situation where it's an experience that gets you feeling kind of emotional, but it's usually a really beautiful array of emotions with the Knight of Cups. It could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but then you also have Sagittarius, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. I feel like this is somebody taking a chance on an experience that has to do with the love of their heart that they don't want to miss the opportunity for. Making a romantic gesture and following through. Let's clarify with the after tarot. I'm going to show you this. I like how they're kind of unusual. Also, maybe some of you have a new dog. You're adopting a dog. or somebody you know has a dog or a horse. Maybe somebody has blue hair. That's really specific. Maybe you meet somebody with blue hair and purple skin. It's like you're meeting a unicorn. All right, let's see. There's also something about a window of opportunity. When I'm even seeing when a door closes, a window opens. And there's something about the river. Take me to the river. Take me to the river. And now I thought of that, like a river, shut your mouth and do me like a river. I didn't get any of those words right, or any of that, ignore that part. That was me being tone deaf. I got some of those notes all wackadoo, but that song, I'll put it in. How do you fall in love faster than something hit trigger? How do you whistle apart? I overdo myself a little. Faster than a don't you know? Don't you know? I don't really have the words, but that's a powerful song. But there's something about the easiest, the stream of least resistance. And that's not always the direct way, because when that water goes from that valley or off the mountain there, it finds the best way through without being blocked. And here, you're about to jump over a river. Maybe you're going to cross over a situation, following your heart. I just think of my mom's horse. He would always see a little tiny puddle and just haul ass over it. Like, he didn't know how deep it was. He would just jump. So I do feel like there's somebody ready to jump across a situation, dive in. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles. Please and thank you. You got another night. So you're doing, you're jumping here. So now you have Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries energy. You're jumping over the Sphinx. That's a pretty big jump. It actually looks like you're jumping over the entire, all of the pyramids here. So there's something about you discovering something, discovering a way across, having a lot of confidence, diving into an experience where you put your whole heart into something in your everyday world. That's going to be part of what brings this legacy and this wealth in your life. Diving in with confidence. The Knight of Wands is quick, fun, exciting, expansive, adventurous, sometimes spontaneous. They have a way of getting someone out of their comfort zone. You know, the person that never wanted to go on the roller coaster, they're like, no, really go. You know, the person that never wanted to go to Egypt and the pyramids, they're like, come on, let's go. We're going to go tomorrow. I booked the ticket. And the person's like, I don't know. I have to do something. But they get somebody moving. It's possibly, if this was the past energy, or this is part of maybe some of those impurities that you are ridding with this, you know, lead base metal into amazing gold, then it could be that you're releasing anyone that was just kind of playing the field, being a player, in and out, up and down, not really following through. A lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm. They said they bought the ticket. You show up at the airport and then they're not there. That's not the person to work with. It could also be where somebody is diving into something that's both emotional and passionate, creative, and fulfilling. Because this is a very masculine energy to me, even though it can be either sex. It's getting turned on, and then following through, not just, you know, in and out. It's like somebody is so excited they want to make it even better the next time. How can they make it even better the next time? There's something about that Sphinx. Maybe somebody was kind of a riddle, or you were trying to solve a puzzle or a situation. I feel like something is uncovered here. You get the final clue to something. Let's see, clarify temperance. Clarify temperance. The sun. You got 2, 3. You got another Knight. You definitely have experiences coming through, for sure. I'm going to put all these on temperance. You do have one weird one. I don't love the 3 of Swords, but I actually do like it in this deck because it's healing. Somebody is no longer in that energy of hurt. It doesn't mean you weren't hurt, or it doesn't mean somebody else wasn't hurt, but they are healing from it. The swords aren't anywhere near this heart. They have fallen to the ground. This is letting something go. The energy of forgiveness, feeling better. You know, even if it was a deep wound, I'm getting that something that was really harsh, it doesn't feel so heavy anymore, especially with the sun. This is somebody thinking differently about a certain person, or somebody thinking differently about how to reopen their heart to brand new experiences that make them feel like they're thriving, make them feel alive. I think I have to do that. Make them feel like they're playing. Maybe you had energies against you, or you had someone that didn't play so nice of a game. But with the sun, even if it's a cloudy day, here it is raining, it's still something so beautiful coming in. It's an opportunity to love again. It's an opportunity to have balance in your life. It's an opportunity you don't want to miss, you can't miss. And when this opportunity comes, you have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and now the Knight of Swords. So now we have all of the signs. There's Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. This is somebody who's willing to defend their position. This is somebody cutting the strings that don't belong. This is somebody moving really fast with clear thinking. This is somebody who has the higher ground. I feel like there's something about somebody being the underdog or feeling a little small. I don't know if that's actual size, but I feel like there was a big energy in the past that tried to either overpower. It could be a tiny little person, but they have an overpowering kind of energy, or maybe opinions, since it's swords. And I feel like they were all talk. It's like when, you know, the biggest person also falls the hardest. I'm kind of getting that. And I feel like there's an underdog energy, whether that's you or someone else, that is not going to sit around anymore. They're going to really be clear on what they have learned from past situations. And I don't feel like even if the past situations were weird or hurtful, that's going to stop them when they see the right opportunity come into their life. They would rather have the experience. Better to have the experience than to always wonder. And I feel like somebody that maybe was a naysayer is about to have a taste of their own medicine, or fall down pretty hard, or be backed into a corner by either their own actions, or somebody is not wanting to be backed up in a corner anymore. I'm not sure why I see that here. I feel like somebody was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. you know, and just kind of like allowed themselves to be stuck between, it's like almost like a rock and a hard stone, and somebody's not going to stick around where they don't feel good anymore. Somebody's taking action, standing up for themselves, for their beliefs, maybe for another person, for their truth, for their authentic movement in their life. There's also somebody who's gained so much clarity on past experiences, how strong they are, how they can handle something, how they think about everything differently because of an experience. Whether that be a project, a partnership, their own general experience. I feel like when somebody feels this burst from the sun, this wake-up call, this clarity, they are not going to sit around anymore. They're going to start to take actions on some plans, and it's towards the direction of their heart. Maybe somebody had a wall up before. There's also something about looking at a red flag. If any of these are upside down, we didn't even look at this one upside down. If the 10 of Cups is upside down, then that is somebody who is really makes you feel all of the feels. You know, they really talk a good game on what they would want to do with their future plans, but then they don't really have follow through. If the Knight of Swords is upside down, it's somebody really harsh and somebody very single-minded, somebody who has had those blinders on too long and not open-minded to new possibilities, and or only wants to see the bigger picture but never a direct focus. Has the potential to really move like the wind. She's like the wind through my tree. Like an old Patrick Swayze in there. I did see the thing about being pushed in a corner. Nobody pushes baby in a corner. If you felt pushed in a corner, you're not, that other energy is just going to like fall away. If anyone else felt pushed in a corner, they're pushing back. I feel like they're kind of just pushing somebody out of their way. I feel like walls are coming down. And I do feel like there's some kind of truth in seeing a red flag before anything gets weird again. Let's see. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups. Also, the 10 of Pentacles upside down. I kind of see as not enjoying the experiences you're working so hard to acquire. It feels very artificial upside down. It could also be where there is trouble on the home front, or, you know, lack of partnership, or working together with the people around you, being pushed into a position where it's not your truth, so your heart is never in it. Or it could be having these big plans and they don't work out. Having dreams and aspirations in your life and something crumbles to the ground, but it's transition. Something crumbled to the ground, it wasn't growing. And I feel like with all this experience here, you've learned from the past and something's about to grow. You have the biggest sunshine ever here, ready to create this growth. You have protection from the angelic realm and from God. Clarify the Knight of Cups. Please and thank you. Yeah, you have a brand new start. You have the Fool. Yeah, there's a bright new beginning, but it's about diving into the experience. Combine these energies of your heart and your emotions, how you think, and the questions you ask, how you expand your knowledge, open your mind, and follow that passionate, creative truth that sparkles your soul. That's all you need to know. The Fool takes that leap of faith. It's being in the moment. You're letting all your baggage go. The Fool jumped off, but you're still holding on to something. You're holding on, but yet you're smelling that rose. There has to be a letting go. Maybe as well as a holding on. Maybe it's seeing what is worth holding on to and what's worth letting go of. And finding that balance. But one of the things you do have to let go of is the baggage. The Fool goes on this brand new cycle, this brand new journey, where along this journey, you're not going to be in the dark. You're going to have clarity on the right road to go down, making different choices. I feel like whoever this is on this journey, you're just doing it different. You're not going to do anything like the old cycle. Therefore, all of these experiences with the Knights are going to not be a repeat pattern or a red flag situation from the past, because this is you in a new energy. This is you with that wide-eyed wonder. You don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen, and you allow it to be so, and just trust that process. There's another dog here, so maybe some of you do have dogs. There's like a gray, a black, and a white dog. I feel like the universe is going, I hear comfort you, but I feel like the universe is really bringing you something where you know there has to be a new cycle, or bringing somebody in a totally new cycle in their life towards you. But this is being in the now, being in the moment you're on. This Fool's hanging on, but they're like, oh, this is a really pretty rose. This is a good time to smell this rose. What other time is there but now? Maybe I fall, maybe I climb back up. But right now, that white rose looks like it's the note to be on, the page to be in. This is figuring something out as you go. Let's clarify what's going on. Let's go to, not sure. Spirit messages? Yeah. Let's get a spirit message. I kind of see that neon deck in my head. Did I bring it? I did. Maybe we'll clarify if this does have to do with some love coming in. You do have the Knight of Cups. And you do have healing from love. I feel like somebody really didn't want to open up again because they were hurt. And I feel like that is changing. But I don't think it's an overall change in, I'm going to go out there and look for love. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love in too many faces. Something to find. Looking for traces. What I'm dreaming of. Now that I found a friend and a lover. God bless the day I discovered another heart. So maybe somebody was looking for love, and maybe it's when you stop looking that it comes in. But I don't feel like it has to do with the looking. I feel like it has to do with the person somebody meets. That changes it all. I hope that made sense. Because I feel like all of these Knights are kind of just doing their own thing. What is a spirit message? Weird songs come through today. Slow down, take your time. That's the only Knight we are missing. So maybe that's why this came through. We don't have the Knight of Pentacles here. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slower Knight. Takes their time, plans, does stuff behind a closed door. They can move. They can book it on that horse when they need to, but they also take time out to, you know, tend the field. Give some hay to their horse. Slow down, take your time. There is no need to rush everything. You're already doing your part. Trust that what belongs in your life, it's already making its way towards you in divine timing. You keep getting that divine timing energy. So all you can do is be on today. Be in the now. What can you do today that make some changes inside of you and in your life? What is something today you can do that's a little leap of faith towards something that feels like your heart is calling you to do? Or sparks a little, sparkly energy in your soul, where you feel like you got that creative urge to try. Or you've been gathering some information or really, setting down some plans, but those plans need action behind them. I said something about the neon, so let's do that. So let's clarify, just in case you want a little extra message or two that has to do with matters of the heart. Let's see what comes through with the clarifying love situations. What is a message that would be helpful for the collective when it comes to love? Please and thank you. What is the most prominent message to know about? What is that? It's the first thing that came through. You have that wealth. Maybe right now is not a time to focus on love for some of you. Maybe that comes in the divine timing, but there's something you can do right now that is going to make you feel more stable, or you have some time right now to really work on a project. If for some of you, somebody was overly focused on finances, I feel like either you're going to meet somebody that all of a sudden you're starting to think about a little love and passion in your life, and you're making room for something a little different, or you're that person inspiring someone to make some different moves in their life. If you bring this ray of sunshine and there's a little googly eyes and sparkle in the energy in the old love department situation, maybe somebody gets a move on finances if that was being ignored. But I feel like if somebody was overly focused, they are taking a leap of faith towards love. It could also be where I saw somebody really different than you. It might be that some of you are connecting to somebody who's really good in the 3D world. Maybe you're the creative one. Maybe this is somebody who has some really good ideas on how to make something that you just think is fun really solid and stable in your life. And that could go the other way as well. I kind of feel like there's something about balance, especially with the temperance. It can't be all in one area, or you'll feel like you're missing out. I also feel like all of these experiences with the knights, I'm going to pretend that that's a knight of coins. I feel like there is a balance. So let's get another one. Clarity on finances. Oh yeah, there's your sparkle and apology. You got fireworks and apology. So maybe somebody is apologizing for being single-minded, or saying some harsh words, or staying in the corner they were pushed in too long, or not expressing how they really feel in their heart, or how much passion they felt in their soul. You could be the one apologizing to someone for overly focusing on only finances, and maybe putting somebody's feelings to the side, or putting all of these experiences that are right there in your everyday, if you just move some stuff around, on hold. Because what good is that stuff with the 10 of Pentacles if you don't enjoy the experiences you have with all the things you acquire, or the people that are in your environment to do things with, or person. So there's somebody who does want to apologize to you. For some of you, somebody is coming back around. Maybe they had to really start a whole new cycle in their life. See what their priorities are. Feel like they are back into balance and keeping those golden energies in their life. This could be somebody who has children. I did see a blended family before, or you are connecting to children or grandchildren. That was a factor in this brand new beginning, or the finances. But this is having the energy of forgiveness. Somebody hurt you. This is somebody coming back with full self-awareness and responsibility on actions they took, the role they played, and that's also your position. Then I feel like you're going to hear somebody out, because I feel like your heart is truly beautiful, even if you had to guard it a little bit. This could be somebody having a confession. It's closure. It could just be a conversation that comes through that helps you close a past situation. I feel like that would make you feel a lot better. That would bring a lot of clarity overall in your life, especially if you were just kind of left hanging or didn't know what was going on. I feel like to know the truth is better than to not know anything. For some of you, it's coming back together, but coming back right. Somebody wants to make it right. They want to do it the right way. They're not going to come back into these experiences until they know it's a solid ass offer towards the future, that they're ready to fully make a new start with you or for you, or maybe just overall in their life and feel more in balance. And then that apology comes. It's somebody that was regretting their past whatever. Maybe somebody was scared of this heartache so much, or losing something they loved so much, that they just didn't allow those experiences to happen. That could be what somebody regrets, not getting the experience at all, not having the experience and losing it. But if there were butterflies or passion from before, that never went away. If this is a new person coming in for some of you, you're going to feel that energy instantly. Chemistry, fireworks. That's that sparkly spirit I saw. That's somebody that, regardless of this is somebody from the past or somebody new coming in, they feel that energy of the sun in you. It's love at first sight. It's something taking off. It's an instant connection. It's you blowing somebody's mind, blowing their socks off. I did see a masculine energy getting really excited. So maybe it is somebody who, you do have this person holding that big stick here. I do feel like there's definitely a turn on energy coming through here at the end here. There is an instant recognition in somebody's vibration, their soul. It's intense feelings. I feel like that sparked a lot of change. Maybe that had to be an ending or a change of an old way of doing something in somebody's everyday world to go towards that new start. What do I have here? Let's do 1 or 2 mystery messages here at the end. What is another message? I show you all these. That's your Temperance. Same message. Love it. Always find your center. Stay centered. Stay grounded. Find that medium point. Doesn't mean you won't get wobbly or be thrown off here and there. Emotions won't, overwhelm you at times. But just always try to find your center, that stability kind of energy. I feel like some of you might have someone come back with an apology and it really you just don't expect it. I also feel like somebody might have news that's really good on an experience you get to have that feels very well rounded. I feel like it has to do with a brand new opportunity or a new beginning. It does feel like it's as bright as the sun. You're not going to miss it. And I feel like some of you are getting news that is so amazing that you almost don't think it's real. I looked at that at 45 exactly. It is real. There's something that's meant for you. 10,534 green M&Ms, please. I would like them all wrapped up in my dressing room, or I will not attend the meeting. So this is somebody, I think, from your past. This is somebody who maybe you or someone else is healing from. This is also one of those red flag situations that you will recognize right away. That's somebody who has the energy of feeling entitled. Maybe that even, is something that kind of makes you feel like gets you off a little bit. Not in a good way though. That's somebody that you just want to tell your opinion to. I feel like that's not going to do any good. If somebody is that self-centered and needs to feel important by making somebody else count out 10,534 M&Ms for them to feel important, that's usually somebody that needs a lot of validation and also lacks a lot of confidence. And I feel like that's just maybe something you're going to set free or not get involved with or choose to not be around. I feel like that's the tone deaf person that was maybe purposefully singing happy birthday off so they would be the loudest or be heard. That's somebody that needs to be heard, but it's being heard for attention. The opposite of that is the person that, I always feel like it's the person that makes the agreement to go into the job, but they're like, all right, I'll do the job, but I want a vacation, I want it paid, I want my secretary or, the person over there that never got credit for that project that they totally created on their own to have some residual income or their rights or their whatever. And I want all these people that did this good job to also have a little bonus. And then, come on, it's that kind of confidence. You're like, oh, but it's not selfish. They're considering themselves, but they're considering others. Yeah, Wonder Woman. Maybe somebody is like Wonder Woman. They have the invisible plane. They're like a little superhero. This is somebody who is absolutely incredible. I love Wonder Woman. Maybe that's somebody you're connected to. That would definitely not be this person. That would be somebody who's in that sunshine energy. That would be somebody who is not afraid to take a big old leap of faith. What's this? Needs your time. So just keep this in mind, whether this is you and what you need to maybe express. That's the truth with the sun. That's what brings something back into balance in your life. That this could be somebody else's energy if you're the one overly focused on materialism, the things, the finances, your job, and somebody just wanted to smell the roses with you, have some amazing conversations with you, be grounded and take their time step by step and do something right with you, whether this is love or whether this is a family member or a soul family member or somebody at work, somebody that wanted to be around you because the passionate sparkle firework energy you had together is just so freaking phenomenal that they wanted to get that spiritual fire bigger, but they sizzled it out because they're always at work, or whether that's somebody that really wanted to know how somebody was feeling in their heart and the truth of their emotions. This is somebody that just wanted the experience with you or that you wanted with someone else. So if somebody's over here overly focused on the money, I would say this green M&M person probably cares about the money. What other people say, how they are seen. This energy here is somebody that's more in that divine energy, this innocence, this truth. And the truth is, somebody just wants the experiences of your time. Not really focused on the money, but maybe because you have temperance, there is a balance here. Maybe if somebody had no focus on that stability, there's somebody that can help them with that. Because it's always about balance. It's never the one extreme or the other, or your scale is always going to be off balance. But maybe there's somebody recognizing the truth and taking a leap of faith towards or with, especially if you're leaping with Wonder Woman, she's going to catch you with her lasso, or she'll catch you with her invisible plane that you might not see when you took that leap of faith off of the cliff. You didn't know Wonder Woman was going to catch you. But this is somebody that values the energetic frequency and connection in you, or you value that energetic connection, which is deep with them. So I feel like that was our reading. I feel like that was, those were the messages that needed to come through today. So with that, I leave you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And I thank you for being here. Thank you so much for giving me thumbs up. It's something so easy you can do. It also, it's just really encouraging and inspiring to me that you are enjoying these, that something comes out that resonates for you, that you find something helpful. And thank you. I look forward to seeing you very soon. And with that, I bid you adieu. Bye.